Welcome back to the Bionicle Inspiration series. On this show, we like to spotlight the mocks of the LEGO community to inspire you. And I think it's a bit obvious what the theme of today's episode is going to be. We're going to talk about blasters and all kinds of things that go pew-pew. So let's take a look at a few different ways that people have given their characters weapons. Our first creation today is made by Yogo, and it's called MSR092. Wow, this is so impressive. I mean, look at this massive creation. Yogo says that the height of this is 75 centimeters, so it's a pretty big boy. Yogo also states that this mock was inspired by Tashashi's illustrations, this one here that you're seeing. And yet, they've captured this extremely well with LEGO bricks. And I'll tell you what, man, the only thing that makes this huge mech better is giving it a huge blaster. The really impressive size of this, it's so striking. And what, it's using Technic panels, larger wheel pieces, all sorts of different stuff to really capture the shape of it. Honestly, it's just impressive that this thing doesn't cause this mock to fall over. I guess this has to be fairly hollow on the inside, otherwise it's just going to be too heavy. Or, you know, maybe it is actually super heavy and it really does need to just rest in this exact position, otherwise it's going to topple over. Now look, as cool as this is, the rest of the mock also looks awesome. All of these greebles, all of these details everywhere on this mock. It's really impressive, especially some of these little yellow pieces here and there. An additional tertiary color like that really makes this pop. I guess you could say the same for the head design as well. But yeah, the way that they've blended together system pieces and some dark bluish grey Technic panels, it makes for such an impressive design. And then look at those like jet engines on the back too. And guess what? They even light up. The more I look at this, the cooler this gets. It's always so impressive to see massive creations like this that don't skimp out on detail. Because that's the thing, right? To build something this big and have it be highly detailed, that's very expensive because it's going to require a lot of pieces. And I see a bunch of creations out there that do that. They're big, they're impressive, but when you start to really study the details of it, there's not much going on. Thankfully, this isn't the case, because it just adds a whole nother level of coolness to it. Maybe next time you build a mock, go big. Give them the largest possible blaster that you can. The aesthetic of huge dude with huge weapon is so fun and so frickin' cool. Socket and Ball Torture is up next, and their mock is called Toa Ataro. Check out these sick arm blasters, utilizing these cool silver pieces that look a bit like a crescent moon, perhaps. These pieces come on the Glatorian Matanui set, and a few other sets as well. But yeah, I love the dynamic look that these pieces create here. These two jutting out blades that flare out at the back. It's so different. And you know, that's the thing, right? The world of Bionicle, it's so vast, it's so unique. If you want to make some kind of crazy looking blaster that spews out green fire, you can. Go ahead, build wacky, wonderful stuff like this. Lean into the world of sci-fi. Make up your own crazy, weird stuff. You can do whatever you want. They don't have to be based off of real world stuff. And these arm blasters, I think they really set this mock apart from any other creation. You take those blasters away, the mock still looks cool. You know, I love this color scheme, the shoulder design with those black Skrull armor pieces striking out the sides there. It's really cool. But adding in a strange weapon, that's like icing on the cake. It's what makes this look so much better. So maybe you could do the same thing on your next mock. Build something weird. Bionicles is our next builder today, and they've made a mock that's called Inventory Brute. Yo, check this out. Arm cannons that use dark green Rakshi back pieces to form this wonderful shape. And then out of the middle, we have all these different barrels. These gunmetal cylinder pieces, they come in a few different sets. One of them, for example, is this Avengers Endgame set. You can see a few of them here at the very front of the bike. But yeah, that piece, it's kind of a must-have if you're going to be making some kind of cannon like this. I mean, this looks so good, doesn't it? And it's all thanks to that piece. If you don't have any and you want to build weapons, I recommend getting some. Some other stuff that this mock does very well is this head design. Using two of Matao's masks, but putting them on their side and then putting a few studs in the middle. How lovely. And then we have Matao Hordika's masks here on the torso armor, and then Rakshi heads for shoulder armor. This is awesome. Master Riker built this next mock, and it's called Future Legion version 2. How good is it seeing a blaster that is a totally different color from the character that's holding it? Orange up against the lime green, it's so striking and it's so pretty. There's also a few interesting pieces here that have been used that are worth mentioning. These orange booster engine pieces that rest at the very front here. These come on the Hero Factory set called Rotor. You can kind of see them tucked away on the very back there. But how good do they look here? They really perfectly achieve the look of a dual barrel blaster. It's got that little kind of sci-fi hint to it as well. And then ending this blaster with two of these Zamisphere launcher pieces at the back. one in orange, and one in silver. That's just a really cool way to cap it off. Now, this spiky wheel piece in silver in the middle, that's a strange addition, but I kinda like it. This character is called Future Legion, so maybe these like futuristic blasters, they need some kind of like propeller or inner engine to power it. If that's the justification for it, I'm down. I like it. Another Lime mock now, this is Anthony Wildfire by Sparkmox. This dude is decked out, an ammo belt along their belly, 2 shoulder cannons, and then 2 other blasters in their hands, and 2 more by their sides. And if that wasn't enough, they also have this little movable turret. Isn't that rad? Also, the idea of giving your mock like a robotic pet that helps defend them? How wonderful. Yeah, a hero that's a bit of a demolitions expert. That's fun. And dude, I don't know what it is, but heroes that are decked out with realistic weapons, gosh, it looks so good. The 2 blasters that he's holding here, they're using the exact same piece that comes on some of the Star Wars Ultra Build sets, much like Finn, for example. And while it's fun to use all sorts of other pieces to make this sort of stuff, sometimes just sticking with some of the pre-made Lego pieces, that's the way to go. Because like we can see here, it does look pretty good. Yeah, I love everything about this mock. And now let's finish things off with your favorite and mine, it's Core Hunter. And this is built by OKSusu02. So first off, Core Hunter here looks incredible. All these exhaust ports on his back, whatever those things are, they look magnificent. Plus the shaping on this torso, all these lovely pops of red everywhere else, this is brilliant. It's almost like they smushed together a Gundam mech and Core Hunter, and this was the end result. It's lovely stuff. But this new blaster arm, it's a great upgrade from the original. You know, turning the entire arm gun metal, and then making it much bigger, man, it looks cool. And given the size increase that this mock now has, I think this was a worthwhile decision. It just suits this a lot better. I really like that they used this Chima torso piece on the very top of the arm. This of course is the one that came on a bunch of the final wave of Chima Ultra Build sets. Yeah, and the fact that it has a red Zamisphere inserted inside of it, that's smart. Because a lot of other areas of this mock have very similarly shaped red highlights. A lot of them are also circle shaped too. There's just some really nice consistency going on here. Yeah, we've seen a lot of examples of handheld blasters. Why not turn the entire arm into a weapon? It's a good idea. Core Hunter has never looked better. So that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this episode and you liked the mocks that I showcased today, be sure to check the links in the description below. I'll have links to all their social media right there for you to check out. Also in the description below and on your screen right now is the submission email. If you'd like to see your own creations featured on the Bionicle Inspiration series, submit them to that email and I'll do my best to feature them in an upcoming episode. I had someone ask the other day if you receive a message once the email has been sent through. I tried to set up something in the past that gave you like an auto reply, but it just won't work. So right now there's not really going to be any response back to let you know that the email has been received. So you're unfortunately just going to have to trust and hope that it's been sent through. But you know, double check the spelling of the email. That's a common mistake that people make in the past. Otherwise, there should be no reason why it didn't come through. And bear in mind, I do get a lot of emailed submissions, so I may not get to yours right away, but hopefully I will very soon. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Happy building, and bye for now.